outside, sunny and bright. Listen to Bonuela appealing to the youth them for put on the trigger business. Over 50 had murder already. I tell you, that about 2 murder per day since the year start. I wonder what the government is doing. And I beat up people, draw people to their house and I beat them up and all them someday. What are you doing? It doesn't matter what you do. Just come away. 50 had murder for the year already. I hear them talk about you have 1 less murder this year than last year the same time. I mean, everybody announced that, you know. No, everybody announced that, Rasta. Because like a slap in your face when you tell people that. Like, so you must feel good. Yeah. Last year, them time, I have 51 people get murdered. This year, now have 50. So we are going right down now. Right down. Oh, gosh, man. We take a break and come forward. I'm there in a warm day, so with so much things happening around us. Not only here, but abroad. And it kind of get away. Yeah, man. We want to hear up all the ones them in America right now. Oh, they are foreign. Can't what we call it. They are foreign so long. And you never make yourself legal. But the problem with that now is that if I go know birthright citizenship, if I attack that too. Meaning say if you have Jamaican family and you come from Jamaica, your family come from Jamaica and them have you over there. You're supposed to have birthright citizenship, but if I lick that, as a matter of fact, him sign an executive order against that now. And the people might say, no, you don't have the power to stop that because that's not the Constitution. That's not the Constitution, but Trump now is wielding in power. The immigration thing start already. If you never hear, Chicago is the first place where them lick. Chicago, first place where them lick. It reminds me of some Nazi movie when we watch. Like Schindler's List and the boy with the striped pajama. It's a thing where you know, get up all of them people there and I'll have someone to put them in a kind of concentration camp. Because that's all we can call it. For those of you who know about that history with the Jews them in Germany, them they get up a whole heap of them and put them in a concentration camp until them send them off to go burn them in a furnace. But apparently that is a similar thing them do. Because I plan to build all the wall. If I continue to build the wall. I'm not ask Mexico to pay feet again, but I have a thing against Mexico now. Yeah, him decide say, he have a tariff Mexico, meaning say, a big tariff will come through Mexico and the Mexican woman will stand up against him. It's a weird bridging, I tell you. Him kind of, I don't know, him weird, man. Him weird. Because you must say, in the first, you must stop the war in Russia. How much do you got now? And Putin decides say, he might drop more bomb than usual. Why, I tell you, because the world not living on a serious thing because in program of getting rid of the immigrants, the migrants in America, and they help where them used to aid other countries. Now we see him attack Panama. Now you know the Jamaicans did work on the Panama Canal there. It's not for them one, you know. It's not for them one. Legal is not for them one. But him claim say, well, the reason why him want to attack Panama is because him say China are control the waterway and I put pressure upon American ship where I go through there. Now all of the people them will know the ins and outs, know them say, no, nothing goes so China that control nothing they so. And the people, the Panamanian, them are control the thing. But him insists, just like him that talk about Greenland, and him want to buy Greenland, and him want to make Canada become 51st state. That is the voice of a total dictator business, you know, because watch you know. You remember, say Russian, Putin say, the other country might fight, Ukraine, is part of Russia. The border depend Russia, just like Poland. And hell-bent with all of the country them. I said, no, Putin has started a war. Terrible. So them the Ukraine people them to fight against Russia because them I say Russia want to take over Ukraine and Russia, I say, look here, Ukraine is part of Russia. Now look how far Greenland there. From our matter of fact, we go nearer. Look on a place like Hawaii and Puerto Rico. Do you know how Puerto Rico and Hawaii become a part of America? America control Hawaii. That even when the election with Obama ban Hawaii, and Trump I say Obama is not American because he never born in America, he born in Kenya because his father was a Kenyan. But when them ask about the birth certificate, and really and truly Obama showed the whole American birth certificate and shows him was born in Hawaii. Now Hawaii is recognized as a part of America. And look how far Hawaii there from the coast of California. Look how far that there. And we turn to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, they're way over the other side of America. And them claim Puerto Rico. Now this man coming now and claiming Panama Canal. He might claim Greenland. And him want, as a matter of fact, him really want to invade Mexico, you know, but it look like no man has stand up to him. But I want to find out now, and this is a serious question. China is the main target for all of these things. You know, the Panama Canal especially. Because China have a whole heap of investment down there. They might build up whole heap of things along the Panama Canal. China is in Jamaica. And this is a serious thing, you know. China is in Jamaica. Big time. Whole heap of investment. Road, this, that, infrastructure, all sort of thing. Now I want to know, when Trump turned him eye to Jamaica, which he probably will, because Jamaica have a whole heap of influence in the Caribbean. And when Trump said, look, you know, too much Chinese things, what are they going to do when he start wheel him fist over Jamaica and say, look here, he might go find something. He say, right now, China would have an army in Jamaica. What is the government of Jamaica going to do when it reaches so? The Trump thing there and the relationship between China and Jamaica and how it going to stand with Trump. Now, Trump suspend all foreign aid for 90 days. We hear him say it. Him suspend all foreign aid. Him going to give you 3 months. 3 months it will give to Well, you know, when the 3 months done, you have some where go stay upon that. No aid. Paper. So Trump suspend all foreign aid for 90 days. And this is where you have to hold to get aid. This is what them say. Him trying to make America more safe. So that's why I'm talking about the foreign aid. I'm saying him trying to make America more safe. Him trying to make America more stronger. And him trying to make America more prosperous. So, in light of that, he might hold back the foreign aid them and say, which country is causing America all of these three things that they make, not strong, not safe, and not prosperous. No. Jamaica is good friends with China. And that is what our main target. Main target. The other day when the Chinese them realize, well, not the Chinese, when the Cuban them decide them are going to join the BRICS. It's a big thing. And the Russian them did have some ship where come near to Russia there. Them ready for war immediately, the American them. Now the Chinese is in America, is in Jamaica. For years, Chinese, Jamaica. But now them presence is more felt now because of the construction and things that them have in Jamaica. And in Africa. And 2 weeks ago I played a clip about the Chinese in different countries and the governments that them work with owe them money and eventually them start own all the ports them. Sri Lanka is one of them. Other countries fall in that. Kenya, not Kenya, some countries in East Africa get caught in it where they're supposed to pay back China a certain portion of money because China did help them build infrastructures, highways, road, this, that, and them couldn't afford to pay it back. And China sees some main things in the country. Now, Jamaica owe China enough to. Because every day you hear the government have talk about, yeah, we are building this and we're building that and this and that and this and that. Them not telling the people, them say, it's Chinese money I build it. More side, Chinese money I build it. With a intention to pay them back. And some of the things them that them use and pay back the Chinese is land. Land. We know that as a fact that them pay back the Chinese money with land, piece of Jamaica. Now can you imagine when Trump say clean and decides, yeah, I could see where I'm going here, so. Cuba, very anti-American. Venezuela, we don't like Venezuela. Venezuela, we don't like Venezuela. They might go around the bush and say, but wait, they have a little country down the name Jamaica, very influential, you know. And we see whole heap of Jamaica, we see whole heap of Chinese down there. We have to go figure out some way, scheme and conniving mindset, some way to tell the Jamaican government to watch out. You have to get out those Chinese out of your country or else. No, Mark, you know, I did say Tony, you know, I'm not no big expert, you know, but when I'm looking at what I'm seeing going on, I have to think critically about these things. And I'm thinking that Donald Trump not going to sidestep the Caribbean for too long. Because it looks like him upon a domination spree, world domination. See him going all Greenland because he want to buy Greenland. Him Ghana, Canada, no go say, him want Canada be a part of United States of America. If him can't say that, and Canada and Mexico is him two main trading partners more than any other country. Canada and Mexico is America two main trading partners, and him can't say that about them country. Much less we don't have so. Who every day we want one go America, and every day we want American this and American that. We put in your hand hole, you know, we put in your hand step. We put in your hand the step to sit down. We don't want you to sit down at the house. We want you to sit down on the step and see all these things going to unfold in front of us. And we're going to surprise you know, say, this is where it's there. So, this is what we're going to test these guys, if they have any balls, football, netball, baseball, or any cricket ball, any one of them. This is what we're going to do it. Anyway, we're going to go to the news and come forward.
Spanish Town St. Catherine have been closed due to a flare-up of violence in the area. Tensions are high following the fatal shooting of alleged one-order gang leader Othneil Thickman Lobban. Lobban was fatally shot by police in 6 Miles, St. Andrew last night. In a statement today, the Education Ministry said the schools closed due to the security concerns are St. Jago High, Eltham High, St. Catherine High, Homestead Primary, Eltham Park Primary, and Burma Academy. All other schools in the Spanish Town area closed at 12:30 p.m. The ministry said it is working closely with law enforcement authorities to monitor the situation and ensure the safety and security of students and staff. Parents and guardians are urged to make appropriate arrangements for their children. The St. Mary police arrested a man in relation to a ganja seizure along the Boscobel Main Road on Tuesday. Reports are that at about 10 p.m., lawmen on operation in the area signaled the driver of a Toyota Probox motorcar to stop. The driver was accosted and searched along with the vehicle. 2 pounds of ganja were reportedly found in his possession. The drug was seized and the man was taken into custody. In news overseas, a United States judge has temporarily blocked President Donald Trump's order to change birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship is the automatic American citizenship that is granted to anyone born in the country under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. The executive order, which seeks to end birthright citizenship, was signed by Trump on Monday. It was slated to take effect on Sunday, January 19. The request for the order to be paused was filed on behalf of Washington, Arizona, Illinois, and Oregon. Seattle Judge John Cunier, who presided over today's hearing, said Trump's order was blatantly unconstitutional. And finally, South Sudanese authorities have suspended access to social media platforms for a minimum of 30 days. This after videos depicting the alleged killings of South Sudanese nationals in Sudan's El Jazeera state triggered riots and deadly revenge attacks. Director General of the National Communications Authority, Napoleon Addock, in a letter to internet service providers said the block was to be implemented at midnight. According to international reports, customers of mobile operators MTN South Sudan and Zain would not be able to access Facebook, TikTok, and other platforms for a maximum of 90 days.
I don't know. I don't have no true statistics about it. So I just going to use my brains and say, the immigrants in America, a whole heap of them is mostly Jamaican, Mexican, Asian, especially in New York. Most of the taxi driver them are Asian. Sometimes I believe them all come from Africa, but I hear to them come from. Now, Jamaican, if you go in a Bronx and Brooklyn, Jamaican like wow in a them place there. And Queens too. Now you see the Mexican them, If you go down in Florida there, the Cuban and the Mexican, them pack up the place. Now, what you see happening now is that the man start do a clean up. And as I said before, when I just start, Mexico, he a plan to put on some tariff for Mexico. And the woman down there say, look here, you're not going to frighten me, you know. Because I will heap of the fruits them. And I will heap of the worker them. We do every registered worker in America. In the field them. I pick apple and I plant this and plant that. And Mexico them come from. And you know you deport them. It's going to be a problem to Americans. Because we'll heap of the work with these people I do. American white people not do it. American white people not going to do it. So it's going to be a problem if you do them I say, them want Mexico to feel it. America going to feel it too. It's a tariff war. It's not a war with guns and bombs. It's a trade war. You do this, me do that. You do this, me do that. I will see which one I will ball out louder. And that is really where I go on. And they want to do it also with Canada. But here's the joke now. I don't know who tell him, say, he want to put a big tariff on Spain. He want to put a big tariff on Spain. And I don't want to easy that. And one of them people, them I said, no, Spain is not part of BRICS, you know. Him say, really? Like, it has said, you see it on the TV when they talk these things, you know. So I'm going to put a big tariff on Spain. The problem in it is that most of the people that talk about like Mexican and Puerto Rican, are Spanish them talk. So I don't know if two of them talk Spanish, him say, Spaniards, Spain. And them have to correct him for sure, say him do have no clue about where I go on. Them have to correct him for say, no. Most of them people you say talk Spanish. It's not Spain them come from. It's Mexico. And Puerto Rican them talk Spanish because Spanish, Jamaica didn't really have a Spanish madness before the English. That is why you see all Cuba, Spanish, but the Spaniards them couldn't hold on upon Jamaica. So the English come and take it away from them. So white people fight white people for other people land continuously. So Donald Trump now start him war against the migrants them in Chicago. Because him thinking is that a whole heap of the criminal them will migrate and come in America, a whole heap of them there Chicago. Jamaicans, I tell you this, you know. You better prepare for the worst. I tell you to prepare for no better, you know, prepare for the worst. Because this man, trust me, and I must say, I will leave a Jamaican criminal over there. I think, sad to say that, but it's true. Yes, we'll leave a Jamaican turn criminal. We'll leave a Jamaican a criminal, yes, I run go over there for safekeeping. Well, as we say, America has become like Germany during Hitler time now, where them go house to house and search for anybody in the house who is Jew. Now them a search for house to house to find out if any legal immigrant in the place. You know, them stop a plane load of immigrants are coming to America. Yeah, them stop it. I think yesterday them stopped the plane. Only for migrants are coming. Well, I don't know how the minister, the government are going to handle this influx of people coming into the island. And you can't bet say any money, you know. Because one at the time, you know, you see all down in a National, for those of you who know what I talk about, they have a place in Brooklyn named National Avenue and Franklin Avenue. A pure little shop. Trinidad and Jamaican and Guyanese have shopping at them area there. Whole heap of them was undocumented. I mean, a whole heap of them still undocumented. You know what you want to do in a regional system, because right now, you could have business little more upon National Avenue. Them go and go march in a concentration camp and wait till you can take the next plane out. Like Celine Dion. Trust me. They're going to send you home. And the problem is, a whole heap of man who wanted in a Jamaica who over there, you know, they will come back here, so, you know. You can't believe that. A whole heap of one who wanted bounce it going to America. A whole heap of one go through the Mexican border. From Jamaica, me attack. And them over there. And them go find them. And them go send them back over here. I don't know what will happen, you know. Believe you me. How much of them did I save up some money for the herbs with them I sell? And the coke with them I sell? And no say, well, boy, you know, every day you carry bucket go well. One day the bucket bottom must drop out. And right now the bucket bottom look like it'll drop out. So I can just imagine how only for one's Jamaica now in a Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn and all them places. At this them are singing. At this them really are singing. What a judgment, Rasta. America, the land of opportunity and bliss. Going to be a thing of the past. The man serious, you know. You know what I say? Them start already. The first lick, them lick is Chicago, them start already. And them are block all the ship, the ship, all the plane them are coming with migrants now. Them are block it. The border gone out of reach now, I don't want them to walk across. All over there already. I just got there in the last year and just a start make a little hustling on the side. That will get deleted. Because them man have a way to find you, you know. If America want to find you, them going to find you. I don't know them do these things. See them have a new thing, you know, where them are going to make it easier. Well, them start already make it easier to go through the airport. First time when you go through Miami airport, you know, you have to answer question, you have to do this, you have to take off your hat, take off your glasses and take picture, take fingerprint. Nowadays you go through, the man will tell you if you stand up in front of the guy, him take your picture, him say, okay, you can go. Warm to all the time when you do that, check out your passport and I stamp your passport and all them there. That done with now. Done with. So now them go about thing in your passport, microchip in your passport. We can tell everything about you. So when you hear a man talk about him nah do this and him nah do that, look at man. Everything where you have right now, we can track you. Everything where you have can track you. All your television in your house can track you. And make them, you find, they will know. If man I put track up on him car, much less. And at a Jamaica to Jamaica. If man can have camera in him house, where him they are foreign, in him business place, him they are foreign and turn on him iPhone, and I look about all the things them are going in him store. All the things them. The first time I see that, I say, right, till I say it reach. Because my brother just turn on him phone and him see a customer in him store. And the daughter around the counter at chat. And now him just call her and say, look here, you don't see a customer in the store. And that's right there. So all the you man talk about, boy, we don't take no microchip. You let them never put no microchip in your head or forehead. It gone past this, you know. Because them have microchip in our people have dementia. To really stabilize the people them put it in them head. So tell me something now, if your family have dementia and you find something that can make it ease up half of them, me want to know if you put this microchip in them head to make it ease up, Because dementia is not a good thing. Dementia is not a good thing. And Elon must make something to put in your brains that can alleviate a whole heap of the demented mind. So when you talk about, this and this and that, yeah? Oh gosh, man, you go through the airport, man, you're frightened to know how them know you. They're frightened to know them know you. Them not taking out, them not asking to take out no passport again and stamp nothing. Them not asking you all of these things again. Them just take your picture. Like when you come up on the boat the other day, them just stand up in front of the car, take your picture, and I hear them say, okay, you can go. Them not checking your passport. The passport is null and void. Eventually, you won't be having no passport to go through no airport. You're going to have they're going to have a visa, but the visa is not like a visa now where they have to search for your visa in your passport. It's a chip. Yeah, and the chip connected to your passport or the information where Jamaica have for you and the information where America have for you, and then pass that on to other countries. So it go on till even anywhere where you go, and you're going through the airport, them just make you set up in front of the camera, so click, and them say, oh, you can go. You see if them say you can go. You see if them start to press button and say, please come to this line 3 here. All right, go with that, man. You know, problem. We're going to take a break and come forward.
Who knew you could improve?
We want to play this. It's I must say, a very innovative recorded military man. Make this tune, yeah. It's a tune still, but I want to listen to it. At the longest, I wouldn't call it advertisement, but it's the longest introduction I see for a tune. Yeah, man. A serious thing my talk, for those of you who never born them time there. Serious thing my talk. All the way you hear him say there. I saw it go.
From in the 70s, gunmen Lee Kingston. From West Kingston straight to East Kingston, work for PMP and Labour right the Beast Kingston. 1980 there was no peace Kingston. Mama ban her belly and say please Kingston, the amount of blood we are running down your street Kingston. Politics selection come deceive Kingston. And when them shoot Bob Marley, Rasta grieve Kingston. The city full of murderers and thief Kingston. Could not control by your soldiers nor police Kingston. So you hand it to Dodos and Zeeks Kingston. As the Valley matches lane sign peace Kingston. Mad now get no more body for free Kingston. Meet the keeps at the Dan them breach Kingston. Get rid of Dodos and Zeeks Kingston. I saw this big incursion come reach Kingston. Spanish Town have you seen blasted disease Kingston. And maybe you catch your symptoms when you sneeze Kingston. Westmoreland Farmerton gunman enough food now reach Kingston. Clarendon say give thanks to the badness them achieve Kingston. Linstead full of your nephew and your niece Kingston. But any day I hear say ISIS leaves Kingston, I just pack my bags and leave Kingston. Sky High Kingston. Man a dead bare face and dry eye Kingston. So them want to set up Titty Man and Fry Eye Kingston. So the citizens take the government and the gunman to court and try Kingston. And the witness get up and says PMP and Labour right make tourists deny Kingston. So the judge charged them for alibi and Samfai Kingston.
RFM, #1 radio station in the whole.
Water Commission. The National Water Commission wishes to advise customers that the Spanish Town and Youngswell offices in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, are currently closed due to a flare-up of violence in the area. We wish to assure customers that the offices will be reopened once it is safe to do so, and they will be advised accordingly. During the closure, customers may contact the NWC via the website nwcjamaica.com, email at customercare@nwc.com.jm, and download and use the NWC mobile app via Google Play or Apple App Store. In addition, customers may connect with the NWC social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and X, using the NWC handle at NWC Jam. The NWC apologizes to its valid customers for any inconvenience caused by this necessary closure. That was an important announcement from the National Water Commission. People, the thing I get away, you know. The thing I get away. The place are closed down, and I'm going to say, you know, you have a whole heap of people down at St. Catherine, St. Angelo, so, where I decide, say, why, them don't have no business I know right now. Anyway, so, Ghana foreign again. Joe Biden, I decide, say, him go really put, well, a whole heap of ones him do it with still, you know. But the one where strike with most of all, where we concerned with, is Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, about 100 years now, them have Marcus Garvey guilty of mail fraud. And it has been proven that him never do what them say him did I do, with fraud and to collect money through the mail. But J. Edgar Hoover wanted to get him out of America because he was wielding too much influence at the time. Little man from St. Anne's come to America in Harlem there and have thousands of people that follow him. Start all army and all them something there. So it was imperative that them get rid of Marcus Garvey. So them lock him up for 5 years in Atlanta for mail fraud. And no whole people don't know that history. But we need to find out what took place with Marcus Garvey in America. And when them arrest him, them deport him. So Marcus Garvey was the first deportee to come back to what them call the Victoria Pier. Right down there, so right, everybody are gather now and have fun on Sunday. Marcus Garvey landed so and end up. Well, 100 years after now, this president decides say them going to pardon Marcus Garvey, just like the other hundreds where them pardon and say them do something. Now, the argument with we as African people who interested in the whole thing is that a pardon means say you actually are same do this something, but you have to almost pardon him, say, boy, you know, pardon him. We are say a pardon is not enough for Marcus Garvey, for we. We have on the line here President of the UNIA in America. I hope I'm still the president. Are you still the president, Brethren? Hello?
Yes, Muta, I'm here.
You're still the president of the UNIA in America?
Yes, not of America, of the world. The president general.
All right. Sorry about that, man.
Just make that clear. Marcus Garvey was the first president general of the UNIA.
And you're the second?
The 10th successor. I'm the 10th successor to the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. So I'm the 11th president general of the UNIA of the world.
So I can ask you, you still have the warehouse up there where you bringing the food in from Jamaica?
Yes, man. We still are bringing the stuff, man. Still are bringing in the food there, man. Sometimes we have some challenges, but we are hope that our people can be a little bit more professional. But we still have still ability and still a work on it to facilitate things to be easier for the farmers then.
All right, before we go into the Marcus Garvey something, tell me what is it that is posing the problem? Forget the food from here, so to New York. What is the problem?
a lot of times we try to work with certain people and they request some deposits. And Muta, oftentimes, since we are black people and we try to work with some of the people them and give them deposits, oftentimes Muta, the people them don't send our goods. You know, since we are Garveyites and we believe it working with our people. And that's some of the biggest problem we have. When they promise to get us the goods, sometimes we are wait 6 to 8 months to get our goods.
You serious?
And it put up, yes, man. But we not give up still, you know. Because what we're doing, we're going to come and set up our own export company there that we can deal directly with the farmers them and get our stuff. Because we're doing business in Ghana. And for example, we are bringing yam in Ghana. And if we send our money to the people them in Ghana, the people them send the products. We don't have no problem with the people them there. But we understand still, you know, and our people, we can't give up on them, Muta.
I hope I don't know none of the people them when me recommend to it, you know, I do it, you know. I hope the people me send to you, you know.
No, man. Most of them people, but the ground root people, them were good. Most of the people, them were the people, them were have the export license and them thing there, you know. And, and it's just difficult and frustrating sometimes. But as Garveyites, we don't give up on black people because we love black people.
Yes. All right. So, Joe Biden and the expunging, the pardoning of Marcus Garvey. What do you think about it as the president?
Yeah. First, I'm going to tell you, Muta, when an unjust system commits a crime against a just person, that just person cannot then go to that unjust system and ask them for justice. It is not going to happen. A pardon has no benefit for Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey is not in prison right now for you to let him out of prison, for you to can say that you're going to help him with his prison time. A pardon takes care of the crime, but it doesn't take care of the criminal record. So while Joe Biden so-called pardon Marcus Garvey is still listed on the books of the United States of America as a criminal.
Yeah.
And I can't dare, I love Marcus Garvey, I honor him. I'm not going to respect anybody who's still holding him as a criminal. I applaud those people who were fighting for the exoneration for 40 years now, because Congressman Charlie Rangel from New York and Congressman Conyers from Chicago fought for it in Congress 40 years ago, and they never allow it. What we are asking is for the exoneration.
If Obama never allow it.
Yeah, but then even when they bring it to Obama, you know, it wasn't for exoneration, it's for a pardon. We should not be wasting our time asking for any pardon for Marcus Garvey. What we need for them to clear his name, for drop the charges, drop the conviction, drop the criminal record. So until you're willing to drop the criminal record, we don't respect it. So all those people who are asking about crazy for a pardon, I don't know what's wrong with them. Moreover, Muta, I can tell you, the United States of America will never exonerate Marcus Garvey. They will never, and I'll tell you why. The day they exonerate Marcus Garvey, it's going to mean hundreds of lawsuits against them, because they unjustly charged Marcus Garvey, unjustly convicted him. And if you have to deal with the real estate they took, the assets that they took, the interest from 1920s until today, it's millions, if not billions of dollars. They don't want to repay Marcus Garvey.
Yeah, but Bridget, come on, put a comment there, so. If you know so them now going to do it, why you fight for them do it?
But, look here, I tell them, I don't support it. I'm not signing.
No, the exoneration. Wait, no. Not this point, not the pardon, you know. Me talk about if you a call for exoneration of the Marcus Garvey, and then in the same breath you say, they will never do it. Why you fight for it?
No, but hear me now. Let me make myself clear.
Yeah.
I'm not asking this government for anything. As Garveyites, we don't beg. So as I said in the beginning, my first statement that when an unjust system commits a crime against you, you
Yeah.
cannot go to that unjust system to ask them for justice.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm saying we should never ask America for any justice. We as Africans should exonerate Marcus Garvey. And how we exonerate him is
Yeah.
to make sure we keep his movement going. Is to make sure we help black people. Is to make sure we push forward for the unification of Africa. Just
Yeah.
continue to do Marcus Garvey work. That's
Yeah.
how we exonerate him. So I will never support anything going to the U.S. government asking for exoneration. I am asking every one of my brothers and sisters who listening now to exonerate Marcus Garvey by first today joining the UNIA, become an active member of the UNIA. Marcus Garvey said it best. Marcus Garvey said every African who has African blood coursing through his or her vein is a member of the UNIA. There are just two types of members, one who is active and one who is inactive. So I'm saying to us, brothers and sisters, activate yourself, your citizenship in the UNIA, Marcus Garvey movement. That's the first step towards exonerating him. Continue his work, helping black people the world over, make sure Garveyism is taught in school in Jamaica and everywhere else. And finally, organize on the banner of the red, black, and green to liberate Africa once and for all. That is how we exonerate the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey.
Yeah, all right. This is just a question. I throw that question there. Suppose Donald Trump, knowing who him is, him do weird things and strange things. Suppose him decides to him I go exonerate Marcus Garvey. Well, you'll accept that?
I'm not accept. First of all, I don't want anything from the government.
No, I know you don't want it. No, man. I know you don't want it. I don't want it neither. The same,
Okay.
same how you think me, I think to you, but me say, just I throw that out there, you know, show me call and me no call no for. But me I say, suppose Trump get up, like when I exonerate everybody. Suppose him get up there and say, right, this man here from Jamaica, we should have give him my exoneration, you know. What would you say? Thanks?
No, I would say
thanks.
no thanks. We and Mr. Garvey, we don't need any favor from you.
So just keep him as it is then. But we now must find out
we don't need anything
by
from them.
exoneration. But you see, why are we saying that we going to exonerate Marcus Garvey when we say him was guilty, him wasn't, we don't see him as somebody who's a criminal. It's a criminal need exoneration, you know. So if we say he's not a criminal, why the word exoneration come up in it?
No, exoneration, when someone gets exonerated, it is saying that we charge and convict them wrongfully. That's what the law is saying.
Yeah, but we never charge him and convict him wrongfully. So why we are talking about exoneration? Because when we know, say, we are live Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. So I'm saying, Muta, I'm saying we just need to forget about them totally and continue to do the work of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. We need to forget these people.
Forget the argument about exoneration. Forget the argument about exoneration. Because when you say exoneration, you play into for them thing.
Of course.
Yeah, so we don't need to say we are going to exonerate Marcus Garvey by doing the works of Marcus Garvey, because you're playing that for them thing now, because we know what exoneration mean. You know, so that should have come out of our vocabulary about we need Marcus Garvey to be exonerated, which are that most people are saying. Because if you say that, it means you say what them are say. Him not guilty.
No,
you say him not guilty.
Right, Muta. That's why I stopped the talking and I'm doing the working. Where I'm doing Marcus Garvey work. And I don't need to hear anything else, because my objective is just work towards the unification of Africa, as Marcus Garvey was doing. My work is to get black people to see back Africa. Since I started in this position, I've had 15 people from the diaspora who has moved back to Africa, and we're going to continue to do this. But our objective is to see a united Africa. I don't know if it's going to get there within my lifetime, but I'm pushing forward for that. So as black people can do, forget about the U.S. government and what they want to do. What they want to do is their business. Let us do our business and work with the black prince that Marcus Garvey left for us.
That may I say too, too much exoneration and expunging and all them something like we are falling to for them argument. As some see I don't know what the next man. Me say me need Marcus Garvey criminal record to be expunged because it's like you say you give to for them argument or exonerate. Why you want put it this way? Just as you say, we need the teachers of Marcus Garvey in the school them. Like how you still have a Liberia, bro? You still have a Liberia?
Yeah, man. We have a big farm of Liberia, Liberty Farm, that Marcus Garvey had planned to build. And there, we have gone there and built that farm.
Yes.
We're working on things in Ghana. So we have set the tone in Africa that when Africans are ready mentally to come home, the foundation is set for them.
That is beautiful. And I say that I see the work. I see the I work in New York there where, as I say, it's a great complication, but it's a good work. I say, Yado, good work.
Yes, Bridget.
I appreciate it.
And that's from Marcus Garvey plan.
Yeah. All right. So what is it now that, well, we don't want to talk about exoneration, What is it that the UNIA is doing under your leadership at the moment that we can tell the people them?
Well, one of the biggest things we were able to do here is the platform. You see, the business that we had set up here. You came but then you saw. Yeah. We started out by taking $600 from each person as an investment. Where we got that $600 from Muta is that in 1919, Mr. Garvey charged $5 as an investment for a stock per stock. We look at the cost of living, cost and adjustment from 1919 until today, and it equals $600. So we get people to invest that $600, and we collected $1.8 million. That's how we build this establishment. Yes. So we build it, and we have over 200 investors who they get dividends. Now we're using the funds from that to promote after school. We use the funds from that to build in Africa, and we're using the funds from that to eventually build a school. We want our people to be able to get strong economically because as Garveyites, we don't believe in begging. But that's why we're able, with the Rock now, we call it the Rock, we're able to do business with Jamaica, we're able to do business with Liberia, Ghana, and recently we created a business venture in Ethiopia where we got a group of young people to provide coffee from Ethiopia, package the coffee in Ethiopia, and send it to us in New York. So we are currently selling Ethiopian coffee from our people in Ethiopia. So we want to continue this trend. We're from the base here we have. The base you come and see right now. We're planning to get a bigger space because we're expanding. And as we expand, create economic
in the same area? You're in the same area?
Yes, man. We have 15,000 square feet where we are right now, but it's not big enough. We're looking for 25,000 square feet because we want to bring more. We want to bring more. Yeah, but I am disappointed in Jamaica as far as the UNIA because Jamaica has the weakest UNIA division. We have Brother Heru, good brother, hard-working brother, but he needs help of the people in Jamaica. And
so what happened to Golden? You're not in contact with Golden?
Boy, the thing with Golden...
You say that it mean no. From here you are going, it mean no.
Yeah, Golden, he's doing some work, so I respect anybody who is working on behalf of Marcus Garvey. Even if we may be on the different platform, once Golden is working and saying Marcus Garvey, he's a brother to me. So I don't have anything bad to say, but we are not working on the same.
No, I don't say if you say bad, but you thought a while ago, it means that something not go on the way you don't want to talk. But it's another day if you have another show and you invite me and we can go over that. But all right, sir. All right. Right,
but
You don't have to say that, me understand.
Anybody who said Marcus Garvey,
Yeah.
I'm a supporter of them. And
Yeah.
Golden is flying Marcus Garvey name, so
Yeah.
I cannot be against him. You know what I mean?
No, you can't be against him at all.
But what I want to see, all those people that said them love Marcus Garvey, search out Brother Heru, Ishaka Musa in Jamaica and join the local division in Jamaica, that we can build Garvey and Garveyism, that we can force the government in Jamaica to bring Garvey in school, Garvey teaching in school, because it's only through the mass organization of the people that we can force the government who should be acting on behalf of the people. So those are some of the things we are doing. We have established more UNIA division in places like Curacao, in Kenya, and it's going good. But we want to see the strongest UNIA presence in Jamaica, my dear brother.
All right, sir. Anyway, Bridget, we talk again.
Yes, man. And thanks for always burning the fire.
Oh, you mean, man?
For the purpose of African people and Marcus Garvey. And thanks for having this platform that we can advise the people them, because the people them are thinking wrongly about the situation. Brother Muta, I greet you in the name of the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, the greatest man that ever walked on earth. One God, one aim, one destiny. Thank you.
Give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks. Yes, I tell you, I can testify to the work that Bridget is doing, both in Liberia, even the same kind of Ghana, but Liberia and in New York. Because I actually did make some people export some of them wrong provisions to him. But now him have a problem now, because I say, them, some of, well, he never said the one them who I say, but him say some of the people them, and I know a whole lot of them could all listen now, some of the people them who ask for advance, when them get the advance, the goods are to come. They are to come, and they keep coming and not coming. They've taken long to come. So, but one of the people them who know say that them are do, just wake up to the thing, man. If you don't have the amount where you say you have, call the man and tell him, the man never call police by you. I tell you, him never call no police by you. You know, see it? It's a Marcus Garvey thing. So, if you know you have planned a thing and you want to sell it outside the government, with a different government, the Marcus Garvey, UNIA, this is the best way to do it. May I tell you that? Because I can vouch to the place. You know, man, I say, 15 square, now they matter about 25 square. Me can vouch to that place. Yeah, me vouch it and me say where I'm having there and see how people are coming there. Restaurants, breadfruit, they want Jamaican breadfruit and yam. Long of Philadelphia there. And upstate New York and all them places, them are send food go. So it's a serious thing, very serious. Oh, it's ironical that this radio station keep the name of Marcus Garvey loud and clear with a celebration on Marcus Garvey's birthday or June, August. Not even the government, because Marcus Garvey is the first national hero of Jamaica, and not even the government of Jamaica recognize this month, we are talking about August, the time when Marcus Garvey born, innocent, and them have concert for some frivolous little thing when we see them celebrate. Frivolous. I say frivolous with pure higher case. It's frivolous because what they celebrate and what them put their money in is not as important as giving the people them something to think about as it relates to Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey, politically, is the most known Jamaican in the world. No other man come gather a people in an organization as what Marcus Garvey did in a film time. Give me the time when did I live in now. Give me the time when I live in now. 20 million people from all over the world latch on to the UNIA here. Yeah, 20 million. Marcus Garvey was arrested in Jamaica and get locked up in a Spanish Town prison. And what him did, it could have, I mean, you know, so Marcus Garvey, at them time, that was for white people was judge, you know. Marcus Garvey cussed them, you know, so them is wicked and lie. Yeah, see it. Wicked and lie, you know. And with the aid of Norman Washington Manley, Marcus Garvey was put in prison. So it's not only America put Marcus Garvey in prison. Jamaican politics put Marcus Garvey in prison. Yet still Marcus Garvey come out. Him run, did you know that Marcus Garvey running a local government election? When he did in a prison, you can't believe that. When he did in a prison, him run in the election down in a, what we call Woodford Park, Almantown area. Yeah. Marcus Garvey used to work with Benjamin down at East Street, that's all, and Charles Street. Them places where you see them have Benjamin beer rum and all them something there. Marcus Garvey was a deportee. Come back to Jamaica. We have to keep that name and what the man did to produce man like all me or so. And I give thanks, say, I could have didn't know him two sons them and him wife. Personally. Yeah, man, I feel good to know that. Him son here right now, Julius Garvey, in his 90s. Him a 90-year-old now. And him still a make the move them round and round the place. Marcus Garvey Jr. was a firebrand. Marcus Garvey Jr. He used to teach at Kingston Technical High School. And Amy Jakes Garvey used to live on Mona Road, 12 Mona Road. A yard used to there. All that place you know should have been. And not even that place, Eloise Park. Well, if you pass Eloise Park, you see part the pork shop. Yeah, I tell you. Some people are dealing with fish and all them something, you know, the forest something and all that. And them have that place, you know, and turn it into one other thing other than Eloise Park, where Marcus Garvey used to keep talent concert and political meeting. Yeah, man. Right down a Slipe Road there. If you pass it now, you see it, the forest people, the fish people, them there, and one big sign from one like mark, pork shop. Them couldn't even put a plaque. The government couldn't even put a plaque on the wall and say, you know, this was a major part of Marcus Garvey movement, this place. Where people used to gather and listen to Marcus Garvey, listen to others. Ronnie Williams from the Lou and Ronnie show. Ronnie Williams, and they say bus out. And then you have Liberty Hall down King Street. How much people ever go down at Liberty Hall yet? If you just go look. They have an interactive thing going on down there. Yes. These places must be known in Jamaica for the furtherance of Marcus Garvey philosophy and opinions. The statue, a daughter called me just this week, and she said she never knows to them rename Marcus Garvey Library to St. Anne's Library. I said, when was it called Marcus Garvey Library? Never. It used to name, and it's still named St. Anne's Parish Library. Obviously, the suggestion could be made that since it have a statue there, which I think is the largest statue of Marcus Garvey in Jamaica, why them don't just call it the Marcus Garvey Library? Because they have a school on the road, the Marcus Garvey School. The problem is that Christopher Columbus statue. I tell you, so much contradictions in the minds of Jamaican, especially those who claim leadership over the people them. Terrible. Marcus Garvey, and that we are say. And we're proud to say that Jamaica give birth to him. And we have to recognize it. We can't just make the people them know about Marcus Garvey was born in St. Anne's. And Marcus Garvey was the head of the UNIA. That's all them know. Them don't know the workings, what make Marcus Garvey popular, what makes Garvey famous. What did he do in history to cause him to be a national hero? These are the things we should have know. The youth them should have know. And the big man them too, because some big man don't even know. Them jump on the bandwagon, so them hear about Marcus Garvey, Marcus Garvey. What is it that caused Marcus Garvey to be a national hero of Jamaica? And out of all the heroes them, he's the most known one internationally. We have to know that. Why is it that the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey is not in the school them? Why is it? Why is it that we have to have the parade every minute and after the same thing over and over and over and over? Why? And you have some other little things where every day the people them get it in them head at school. And it will have no importance or significance to freedom development or the development of the people them in Jamaica more than it came down from our colonial masters. That's all it did fight. Come down from our colonial masters. You know, so when me a youth, we used to have a thing named Jack and Jill went up there to fetch a pail of water. No teacher never teach me that yet. No teacher ever called up the class and say, okay, students, I want you to learn a new poem. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. And look how much you old me is now, I still know it. How that sink in our mind so, in our head, sink in our head so much, that nobody know have to teach it, and we know it. Because it was there for us to know. Them never did have to teach it. We hear it so much time. In the school, in the little prep school them. That the teacher repeated so much time. That after a while, it just become a normal thing. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. There was a old lady who lived in a shoe, had so many children she never knew what to do. These things was given to us as children, and it is indelible in our mind. And it have no significance, importance to we as a people. But regurgitate it, and we regurgitate it till now. Look how much you old me is. I still remember it. And you have some important things I don't remember. Is that the problem? So Marcus Garvey, a good thing for all the music help push these thinking. Redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. You know, people can repeat that now, but guess what? A whole heap of them don't even know says Marcus Garvey. Them see Bob Marley tune or Bob Marley sing it, Bob Marley write it, not no go so. Marcus Garvey words come to pass. That is what it is. And we need to have it in school. Go through the places. One just left you have a thing I want to read, you know. We have the version on the radio last night, Priest Lamont. Well, the RMO is having a function January the 26th from 12 to 9 p.m. That's Arambe Hall. And it's in Chilani. For those of you in Chilani as Rasta, there's something that you should attend. It's talking about the sacrament and other things, but very important, the House of Seba, Rastafari Sacred Space, Salt March, Chilani. This is the 26th of January, RMO, Arambe Hall. So, if you can make it, make it. If you can make it, don't be late. We was playing this tune here before we start to talk. You know that you shouldn't burn the bridge, man. You just shouldn't burn the bridge. We'll talk about Marcus Garvey. Yes, very important man. Very important man. You didn't know, so Marcus Garvey, first wife, Amy Ashwood Garvey, was the one where helped him to start the UNIA. Yeah? Amy Ashwood Garvey. Two Amy. My second wife named Amy Jakes Garvey. Yes, and if you go around a Mountain View right now, you see them put up a thing around there. Amy Jakes Garvey. You have a center around there. Jakes Road. All of them area there. All of them area there. Amy Jakes place, area them, yeah.
Now the news. The Jamaica Constabulary Force says its officers are maintaining order in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, following a flare-up of violence in the area. Upset residents blocked several roadways and set fire to at least one business place in response to the fatal shooting of alleged One Order Gang leader Othneil Lobban, otherwise called Thickman. Lobban was shot dead by police in St. Andrew last night. Head of the Constabulary's Communications Network, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay, said the situation in Spanish Town is under control.
Things are pretty much under control. The security forces are still out in numbers, maintaining, a strong presence in the space. There were some areas that they had some challenges with earlier, but those they have under control, and there are currently no blockages out there. Some areas that they had some situations that no longer exist. So things are good so far. The security forces are very satisfied that the measures that they are implementing are working. So we know that we have to maintain that kind of presence and vigilance for some time. So we will be there as long as it is necessary for us to be there.
She noted that special operations were conducted in the area today.
I didn't get any report of any arrest. I know that they did a couple of operations in between. So I think much of the emphasis was placed on restoring things to prevent any escalation of what they tried to do. So I know a big part of that was to ensure that persons could go about their businesses, could be open without any interference. So I know they did a lot of that, but I also know that they did some other operations. I'm just not sure what the outcome of those are. So it's been a combination of various things in this space by the Joint Security Force.
Head of the Constabulary's Communications Network, Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay.
The communities of Ellerslie Pen and Torres Meadows in Spanish Town, St. Catherine are now under curfew. This comes in the wake of a clash between police and residents of Ellerslie Pen yesterday when cops attempted to apprehend a person of interest. The curfew will remain in effect until 6 Saturday evening. The boundaries of the curfew cover the Spanish Town Bypass, William Street, Friend Street, and Oxford Road. Persons within the boundaries should remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. The business community in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, remains in a wait-and-see mode as many operators are still apprehensive about resumption of normal operations due to ongoing unrest in the area. Several businesses shuttered their doors today amid a flare-up of violence in the old capital. This following the police fatal shooting of an alleged gang leader. Othneil Lobban, otherwise called Thickman, an alleged top leader of the One Order gang, was shot dead yesterday. Upset residents of Spanish Town blocked several roadways and set fire to at least one store. The police have responded and are working to maintain order in the area. President of the St. Catherine Chamber of Commerce, Dennis Robotham, noted that the situation is an all too familiar playbook, with violence causing business operators to lose millions.
Business ground to a halt, never even got off the ground. Everywhere was shuttered today. No businesses, schools closed. The whole disruption of commercial activity created, havoc on the bottom line. Economically, it has caused us great distress, so to speak. You have to understand, today's Thursday. A lot of deliveries would have begun to take place today because of the weekend, upcoming weekend, Friday and Saturday. All of that now going to have to be rescheduled. It's going to come at a cost. All the logistics that have been put in place, all the major distributors to deliver goods on a Thursday. The whole implications are going to be severe, chaotic actually.
Mr. Robotham said the police have assured the business community that the area is safe.
The police, we have spoken to them and they have given us some assurance that everything is under control. They have the situation under control. The police and the army is out, the soldiers are out. So, there's some sense of assurance that, it's fairly safe, but it is under curfew as we speak. So that in itself will curtail the movement of people throughout the town. Fact of the matter is we were just wondering, and a lot of our members have been asking why was the curfew not implemented early on. As the situation took place, they should have curfew there. I think we would have had a little better result at the end of the day. Because there's a playbook that is well in place. Last year we have had the same situation. We just felt that it could have been, a little better handled in that myself. But kudos to the police. They continue to do a good job.
He said even if some businesses reopen tomorrow, normal commercial activity will be stagnant for a few more days.
We are thinking that we could make an attempt, but I think what the tradition is, when we have scenarios like that, it takes a little while for some confidence to come back. Some people will definitely try to reopen, while a lot of people will be skeptical in doing so. And rightly so, because it is tense. You must remember that these people are defending the situation that whatever is happening, there are going to be repercussions regardless of. But the presence of the police, I suppose, will, negate some of this intensity. So we hope to see some return of normalcy in a phased basis. That's what I expect based on the usual scenario. And then again, consumer and the public is going to be skeptical to come out immediately because of that. So that again, it will take a number of 2 to 3 weeks before you see some regularity back to where it used to be. So we just have to depend on the security forces to ensure and to give us that assurance, which they have verbally given us. So we have to just see the demonstration of it, which usually follows through. So we just have to, take one day at a time.
President of the St. Catherine Chamber of Commerce, Dennis Robotham. Several schools in Spanish Town, St. Catherine were closed today due to a flare of violence in the area. Tensions are high following the fatal shooting of alleged one-order gang leader Othneil Thickman Lobban. Lobban was fatally shot by police in 6 Mile St. Andrew last night. In a statement today, the Education Ministry said the schools closed due to security concerns are St. Jago High, Eltham High, St. Catherine High, Homestead Primary, Eltham Park Primary, and Burma Academy. All other schools in the Spanish Town area closed at 12:30 p.m. The ministry said it's working closely with law enforcement authorities to monitor the situation and ensure the safety and security of students and staff. People whose matters were to be heard in the Spanish Town and Old Harbour courts in St. Catherine today will have to wait for new court dates. The two courts suspended operations today following the fatal shooting of an alleged gang leader last night. Lobban's death has resulted in sections of St. Catherine being tense. Acting Director of Communications for the Court Administration Division, Nordia Francis, said the safety of all court stakeholders is a top priority. She also noted that rescheduled court dates will be published soon.
CAD suspends court matters in Spanish Town and Old Harbour. The safety of court users, staff, and stakeholders remains a top priority. CAD is committed to ensuring the continued administration of justice while taking necessary precautions to safeguard all individuals within the affected areas. Individuals with matters scheduled for the affected courts are encouraged to contact the relevant court or the CAD at 876-586-9783. A list of rescheduled court dates will be shared as soon as possible.
Acting Director of Communications for the Court Administration Division, Nordia Francis. The Jamaica Fire Brigade says it responded to several fires in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, amid a flare-up of violence in the area. Last night, unrest broke out in Spanish Town following the fatal shooting of alleged leader of the one-order gang, Othneil Lobban, otherwise called Thickman. Lobban was fatally shot at about 10 p.m. Hours earlier, residents in Ellerslie Pen clashed with lawmen who were reportedly trying to apprehend a person of interest. Videos circulating on social media showed blocked roadways and damage to several service vehicles. Commissioner of the Fire Brigade, Stuart Beckford, told IRFM News that amid the tension, a number of fires were lit along roadways in the area. He said firefighters were also alerted to a blaze at Quartz Bargain Centre, but that fire burnt out.
When we arrived on location, having been involved in putting out a number of fires that were lit along roadways in Spanish Town. We were advised by the police that there was a fire at the court store, but when we got there, the fire had burned itself out. We observed remnants of damage in terms of smoke stain and so on arising as a result of the fire, but we were not required to do any active firefighting operation.
Meanwhile, firefighters have extinguished a fire which erupted along the Palisadoes Main Road in Kingston today. The Jamaica Fire Brigade said it was alerted about the blaze at approximately 7:19 a.m. Commissioner Beckford said the fire began as a rubbish fire and spread quickly to an open area. He said firefighters from 2 stations responded and extinguished the blaze.
We turned out 2 units at Sport Royal and Rallington Town. Initially, it started out as a rubbish fire, but quickly spread to an open area, and that posed significant challenge in terms of the resources required to extinguish the fire. We have managed to extinguish it and prevent it from spreading even further beyond the point where it had gotten. It didn't disrupt the flow of traffic along the stretch of the road. There was some level of, some amount of smoke along the stretch, but it wasn't sufficient to prevent traffic from flowing. So visibility was not an issue at around the time when the fire was going.
Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, Stuart Beckford. Several residents of central Kingston took to the streets this morning to protest the fatal shooting of a man at Arden Emirates Plaza in St. Andrew. The deceased has been identified as Jermaine Richards, a chef of Central Kingston. Reports are that at about 4:10 a.m., Richards was at work at a business establishment in the plaza when a dispute developed between him and an off-duty police officer. Richards was shot during the incident and was pronounced dead at hospital. This morning, residents upset about the incident gathered in Central Kingston, calling for justice to be served. One resident is pleading with authorities for clarification about the incident.
We want justice for Jermaine Richard, a.k.a. Santa Claus. We'll go to Tranquility, no Jermaine. We'll go to Public, no Jermaine. His family member found out that he's at UC Hospital, found him into a body bag. Come on, Jermaine Richards is no gunman. We want to know what's the motive. We need to know what happened to Jermaine Richard, that he lost his life.
Resident of Kingston Central. Meanwhile, in an interview with IBFM News, Assistant Commissioner of the Independent Commission of Investigations, Immigrant, Hamish Campbell said the matter is being probed.
The concerned officer reports that he was threatened with a knife, and during that threatening he produced his handgun, shot one round, and the man was taken to hospital, Mr. Richards, and was declared dead at 4:50 a.m. The Indicom have been to the scene, we photographed it, we recovered one casing from the scene. A dining cutlery knife was produced when Indicom went to the police station. That is the alleged weapon that the deceased reportedly had. So we're still in the early stages of the inquiry, and the officer will be required to make a statement about the facts and also be interviewed concerning his role and how it came to be that this man was fatally wounded.
Assistant Commissioner of Indicom, Hamish Campbell. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett says some tourism workers will now receive full payment of gratuity. He made the announcement following a strategic meeting with Inveratel, one of the largest Spanish hotel investment groups. The Inveratel group has 18 members from various hotel chains, which together have around 100,000 rooms in the Americas and the Caribbean. Mr. Bartlett said Inveratel has committed to including full payment of gratuity and support for staff participation in the tourism workers' pension scheme to ensure social security for workers in retirement. He said all investors investing in more than 500 rooms will be required to have a housing component for workers.
Every single investor now coming to Jamaica and investing in rooms beyond 500 will be required to provide a housing component to the investment. In a matter of weeks, we will break ground for one of the largest expansion in the tourism sector, and with it will be some 600 houses for the workers. So we are well on track with building out a stronger and more robust labor market arrangement for the workers of our tourism industry.
Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett. And the Opposition People's National Party, PNP, says today's announcement by the Tourism Ministry that it will make full gratuity payments to some tourism workers is a long overdue step in the right direction. According to spokesperson on tourism, Senator Janice Allen, she has been consistent in her calls for the removal of these taxes, recognizing the severe hardship they placed on hard-working tourism workers. She believes that the decision is a result of pressure placed on the government by the opposition. Ms. Allen says she welcomes the announcement but is calling on the government to say when it will take effect.
I must ask, when will this begin? Is this just another announcement by the government or the minister? Will this be another instance where a call I made is echoed without clarity on when it will be implemented and when workers will actually see the difference in their pockets? Let this serve as a lesson. Good governance is about listening, not just reacting when elections are near. The PNP will continue to champion policies that uplift workers and strengthen our tourism industry, not for political convenience, but because it is what Jamaica needs. Tourism workers of this country deserve respect, fair wages, and policies that genuinely support them.
Opposition spokesperson on tourism, Senator Janice Allen. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says plans will be made to create a healthcare training industry for human resource improvement. Speaking at a health expo yesterday, Mr. Holness said migration has an impact on the ability to grow and that Jamaica has always been a net exporter of talents. The Prime Minister added that in 2023, 800 nurses left the Jamaican system, with 40% of them being specialists. He said that number is not likely to decline. Mr. Holness explained that the government must invest in Jamaica's training capabilities to ensure that the country becomes a hub where people from across the world can visit to be trained.
We must also expand our training systems here, because the critical thing is not just that the foreign countries want our nurses. The foreign countries want our training. That is really the key. And so the strategy for the human resource improvement is to invest in our training capabilities so that if they want people to get training, they can send people here to be trained so that we create a training industry here in Jamaica as well. So we are not going to just lay down while all these changes are happening in the world and we are losing our talent. We are going to push back, and in our transformation strategy, we will have these kinds of strategies that you are seeing rolled out now to improve our human resources.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness. A national focus on literacy at the basic level will augur well for the quality of the country's labor force and eventually the economy. Opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson commented on the link between literacy and the economy during the Jamaica Stock Exchange's 20th Regional Investments and Capital Markets Conference today. Mr. Robinson said Jamaica will have to lift itself out of low growth, low productivity and low wages by fixing fundamental gaps in citizens' education at the basic level. He highlighted numeracy and literacy as key areas of the education system needing improvement to effect great change.
The reality is that we need a national focus on literacy and numeracy at the basic and the primary school level. And I'm going to relate that to how we can deal with the state of our economy. The challenge with the economy is that we can't attract high-level investment because we simply don't have the quality of the labor force to do so. So in reading the introduction, I worked at JAMPRO 20 years ago. And I remember Infosys wanted to come here, and they asked us, can you find 500 software engineers? And I went to UTech, it was then called West Indies College. I couldn't find them. I don't know if we could right now, 20 years later. And so when we criticize the low value add of our BPO industry, the reason for that is we simply don't have the quality of people to attract higher level investment. And so we have to deal with that issue. While we can't fix everything in education, we must get our children to be able to read and write before they leave basic and primary school.
Opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson.